it is a taboo subject. Do you have any reservations about asking those questions? And do you expect honest answers from these guys?
Listen, if we got honest answers from Ronnie Coleman. I mean, to the most part, I don't know if you watched the whole thing when he
I
said,
did. I
"Yeah,
did.
we do." I mean, he says, "I didn't do as much as the other guys were doing, or I didn't do any more than other guys were doing." But Ronnie talked,
Yeah.
and if Ronnie's Michael Jordan and he talked, guess what? Everybody else can talk. It's not like the guy who talked is not somebody who's not won. He's won not once, but 8 times. Him and Lee Haney, and he won at a time where he was going against some scary bodies. I mean, he's not just going up against lightweights. He went up against Ray, Flex, El
Macaroni.
Solvati. I mean, there's so many names. I don't want to miss them because there's so many names to go through. So he won against Cutler. Cutler's a legit legendary type of a bodybuilder himself. So he won, and he's willing to talk about it. Then you got a little bit of the current one that spoke. Brandon Curry was willing to speak about it when he went to Kuwait, and we talked about that a little bit. And then Dorian Yates just talks about it whether you ask him or not. He's just going to talk about it because to him, he really doesn't care. So I think the sport needs to have a meeting and needs to kind of work with making it not seem like it's a big deal to do certain things because it's your body. It's a libertarian message. And if bodybuilding needs to take the next step to become mainstream, they have to start presenting it from certain values and principles and philosophies that are aligned with what America was founded on, which is freedom of speech, freedom of this, all this stuff that we had. At one point, alcohol was illegal, so they made it legal. Alcohol sucks for you. Millions of people die from alcohol. Cigarettes are legal. So many people have died from cigarettes. One person's died from marijuana, and a lot of people have died from steroids and growth hormone. But nowadays, when you read certain books, The Ageless Man and some of the newer books, people are starting to realize that, hey, what is the story with TRT? What is the story with some of these Samoralin or whatever people are taking? Why are doctors recommending it? Why is a SLY on it regularly? Just to be full transparency, I'm not on any TRT. I'm not on creatine. I'm not on supplements. I'm not on anything. But when somebody asks me and says, hey, man, me and my wife, you know what I'm saying? I used to be able to get it up and we'd have sex, but I don't have morning erections. And I would say, listen, go talk to a doctor. It's your agent. You're 53 years old. What do you want to do about it? It's not like, what goes up is going to stay up forever. Sometimes you need some enhancements. But the moral of the story is if we take it from an argument like this and we have the tough conversations, then somebody could say, okay, he's right. If you want to put that on your body, guess what? Go ahead. If you want to do that to your body, go ahead. There's a risk to it. I know. I'm drinking alcohol. There's risk to alcohol. I'm smoking cigarettes. There's risk to it. I'm doing this. There's risk to it. What's the difference? It's my body. I don't think that story is being told. And I think it's a big price that they're not telling that story because here's what I think is going to happen, Ron. When they start talking about it, criticism is going to go here, hardcore. And it'll last about 12 to 18 months. Then all of a sudden people are going to say, you know what? Okay. I mean, I can't tell you how many in the history of America topics we talked about that were super critical, whether it's civil, women voting, whether it's gay, whether it's marijuana, whether it's all this stuff. You talk about it, then people have the debate all over, and you're hoping media and news and ESPN and all these guys debate it. And then they say, you want to hurt your body? Go ahead. No problem. Do it. But it's on you. Then it becomes an art. Then it's accepted. Then not everybody's sitting in the room saying, oh, I don't do anything. I just take creatine and protein and I train very hard. And everybody knows you're full of shit. It's just, you got to tell the story. So I'm just saying we got to tell the story in a better way. And I think some of the guys that don't want to tell the truth about what they're doing, I don't think it's their fault. I think it's the organization's fault. I don't put it on the bodybuilders. I put it on the organization that wants to always do the hush, hush, let's not talk about it. Let's kind of keep it safe. And it hurts the talent because I think there's a lot we can do with the talent.
Well, there's two things. There's two sides to that. One is the legality.